What's good? What's good? What's good? I hope you can hear me. I hope my technical sound is sounding. We in here. We in here. We in here. I'm streaming. I got a stream. I got an album coming out. If you don't know, okay, let me just cut to the chase. I'm kind of new. I'm new to this streaming stuff, so you won't have to cut me. If you saw my first stream, my first ever stream, it was that was a shit show right there. That was a shit show. But I got the hang of it, working on the lighting, working on the sound, and I got the black magic right here, so it I should be okay. Okay, I tested out everything, make sure that that the when I do reaction videos, you guys can hear what I'm seeing. I don't know. It was a complete shit show, but let's see how things turn out. I know I gotta do some things on the back end over here. Look, I'm a one man band over here. One man band doing doing it crazy. But if you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. I go by Clesta. I got an album coming out, so I hope you guys are just trying to build a community up. All right. I was gonna do, technically how low I go for. I was gonna do some VTubing after this. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan on some VTube, man. I was actually trying to look for some anime news to go over, but I just couldn't find anything. I couldn't find anything like other than the basic old stuff. I don't know if you guys want to hear some of that. But anyways, I go into a tangent. I still go into a tangent at sometimes. Like I go to a topic and then I kind of just go off the rails. But no, let me go back to introducing myself. I go by Clesta. I have an album coming out. So right now I'm just trying to build up a community, hopefully some an audience, and we could just vibe out, come kick it, come talk to me, ask questions, and see where this whole live streaming goes. I know right now is the music industry is kind of getting kind of saturated a little bit, but you gotta do something. You gotta do something. I was watching this one video. Of they were talking about how what's next for the music industry, and I was just like, with the whole AI and everything like that, you really gotta. Are you guys sure you could hear me? I just hope you guys could hear me, because with AI going, I look at it like this. AI could be a good thing, AI could be a bad thing. It all depends on how you use it. Okay. Is it going to take away some jobs? I believe so. Yes, 100%, 1,000, 100, 100, 100%. However, at the same token, it's also going to create jobs as well. Okay. It's going to come a need for people that need to know how to use these softwares, use these programs. If they want to customize it to their liking, and maybe if you hire a programmer, hell, you could just build your own quote unquote chat GPT. Just get on fucking GitHub and start coding and implement that for companies and things like that. And in terms of music, it's you gonna have to work a little bit more harder. You gotta work 10 times more harder. I think where AI music is coming from is now you have to really brand yourself. You gotta really brand yourself out. That's why I'm doing this. Okay. I a long time ago, you didn't have to live stream. You didn't have to live stream like you just had to get one get hit, and then labels be calling you up. But now that AI is here, and you could just create fucking music with a fucking prompt, create music with a prompt. Now the competition is kind of hard, but and then you see all these AI music hitting top charts, but there's a positive and a negative, right? So what the companies are going to do, obviously, they're going to take your music and they're going to train their models on it, right? And as an independent artist, obviously, you technically don't want to do that. Okay, so then how do we get around that? My philosophy around that is okay. AI can create the music, but it can't really create the influence. And when I say influence, I mean the influencer. Excuse me. I mean the influencer. AI cannot create the influencer to really push that music out, you know? Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're looking, for example, if you want someone to perform a song, if you want someone to perform it, you're not going to have anyone perform it unless you hire some kind of band and they got to work their do the instrument, do the guitar, learn the notes, learn the keys. You gotta hire them, and then they'll perform your favorite music or things like that. And I think, and another positive is, well, I just said that's a negative. Another positive about it is the positives around it is creation. So if you're a content creator, you probably don't have to worry about copyrights, depending on now, there's so many companies, depending on where you generate your music. All right. Depending on where you generate your music, yes, you could just do the editing, give me a little sound right here, and then you're off. You're off with it. A lot of people don't know. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of background. I used to work in San Francisco and the Silicon Valley, and a lot of these programmers, what they'll do is a lot of this stuff, a lot of the code is outsourced. You get what I'm saying? So if you're really into like programming, if you go into like GitHub and go into that community, and to get the code, you could build your own chatbots, build your own. You could build on top of that with the APIs. All right, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother avenue. But what I'm getting at is, okay, the old ways of creating music is dead. All right, point blank simple, point blank simple. And think about it. And I think that's a good thing if you think about it. If we go, I'm not trying to give a history lesson about music and everything like that. This is my first ever trying to build something around it, trying to build something around it. Now, am I trying to make this into a career? No, I don't really see that. I really want to try to build the stream up. Build a stream up. Obviously, I don't got no viewers. It says 2, but I think those are bots. Unless I gotta check my chats. I'm looking over here at the yeah. Okay, I ain't got no comments. I had to like so my camera's over here, but my chats and screens are over here looking back and forth. So I'm kind of like going right here, there. I got the directions over here and the video. So like I said, I'm a one-man band over here, okay? One-man band. So right now, I guess what we're going to do today is you read the thumbnails, you read the titles. We're going to talk about some bets. All right. I'm really into Polymarket right now with the whole crypto trading and stuff like that. And we're gonna go over what I'm thinking in terms of bets, and what I'm going to put my money towards. All right. Now, honestly, Polymarket is not in the U.S. All right, it's not in the U.S. So if you use it at your own risk. Don't use it because you saw some random person with 0 streams watching, and like he told me to do this. No, this is you do it on your own. Your money, your problem. Okay? But anyways, yeah, I keep going sidetrack. But what I want to get at in terms of like AI music is now the hustle starts. Now as you're really trying to brand something, now the hustle starts to really like put yourself out there and really, really, really make a name for yourself. And another thing what I like about it is I don't have to stick with one genre. I can really put everything that I want to do because again, I'm not in the industry, so I'm not gonna say that I'm in the industry. I'm a creator. Point blank period. I'm a creator. Now, I've used it. I've used it because I know about it. I used it, but I use it as a tool. Okay. I want to be very, very open with that. Okay. I use it as a tool. I don't use it as the solution. Okay. I don't use it and then, all right, on to straight. No, I'll get in trouble. I'll get in trouble for doing stuff like that. We will not get monetized doing some shit like that. Okay. So it's not even worth doing that. Okay, just generating something and put it on there. No, I use it as a tool. If I can't, if I need like a sound like boom, 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 and then I want to add the bass to that, and then add some a piano, add a piano right here, and then I'll go into my own DAW. Well, have the AI create something with that, go into my own DAW, and then build on top of that and layer that out. Okay, so layer that out, and then if you already have vocals, then after that is wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Another good thing about AI is you can make songs quick, just like that. Quick, quick. All right. So an album could take, a lot of people, depending on marketing and how much money you put into it, it'll cost you thousand, hundred millions, maybe. So I'm just taking a different approach, and see where it goes. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be real, real hot. Okay. I think if you follow this, or you follow my journey, you're gonna like it. I also do fitness, so I've been trying to get in shape. I'm a little tired from the gym, real, real tired from the gym. So I gotta get in shape if I gotta be on camera and stuff like that. But other than that, let's get into this, okay? So for right now, I want to talk about Polymarket and what things that's going on in the world. Okay, that's kind of things I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about music. Oh, I like music, but my passion is what's going on in the world and stuff like that. What's going on in the world. So let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna start right here. And let's talk about some bets. All right, let's talk about some bets. Let's do this. Let's do this. Open up Polymarket. All right, let me get my glasses. Get my glasses on this thing. All right, so let's see what we got right here. All right. Okay, Bitcoin is going down like crazy. It's like, is it time to sell, or is it time to, like, what is it time to do now? Okay, like that's my question. Hold on, give me a second. I hate listening to dead air. There's another famous streamer that also says, I'm struggling streaming right now. Okay. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I struggle streaming. I'm struggling. Let's see. We're gonna exit that out, minimize that, and we're gonna put this off to the side right here. That way I can still see myself. See the stream, make sure I gotta pay attention to the chat. Nobody. I have no issues having 0 viewers, because this is just practice. I don't know where this is gonna go. Okay, so this is really just me practicing, to be honest with you. Yeah, here we go. We'll do that. And hopefully you guys can see my screen when I do that. Struggling. Okay. We want to press. What are we doing here? We're going to do this. We're going to click share. Okay. There we go. Can you see that? There we go. Okay, let's get into this. Let's get into it. All right. Okay, so we're not gonna do all of this. We're also gonna do some sports. We're gonna do some sports. We're not gonna do too much crypto. We'll talk about Bitcoin a little bit. I think Bitcoin is going down, so if I don't want to say sell, I'm not gonna say sell, because what goes down always comes up. So this is probably the time to buy if we're going to really think about it. Now let's go into this. The Iran, this whole Iran stuff, the whole Iran war going on right now. Will Iran regime fall by June 30th? Will Iran fall by June 30th? I see this one. I'm gonna say, I'm pushing for yes. Here's why. The War Times Act, right? the War Times Act is going to come into effect, right? Now, the qualifications of the War Times Act is this. We don't know what their plan is. I mean, it says by June 30th. The reason why I bring up the War Times Act is we're not technically in a war. You get what I'm saying? This is not technically war. Reason being is because we don't have ground troops on the ground. Okay, if we were to have ground troops on the ground, then technically, yeah, we're probably at war. But right now, it's the same situation on how Trump captured Maduro. You know, he just using military actions. And what I think, and when you use the War Times Act, let's go into here. I should have had this prepared. But when you do stuff like that, I saw this video. Am I still okay? Cool. All right. So I want y'all to watch this video real quick. I want y'all to watch this video and you guys tell me what you think. And this is why I say no. This is why I say no, because if everything he says is true, then it's gonna have to end soon. It will have to. So here we go, right here. We're gonna watch this video, and I'm gonna give you a reason why I think this. All right, I'm gonna give you a reason why I think this. Well, I think I kind of already did, but this part right here, I'm going to do this, and then we're gonna do. There should be a way for me to share my entire screen, but I gotta be careful with that. Again, you're looking at an amateur right now, okay? With this streaming stuff, okay, right here. Let's watch this real quick. And I know you guys can hear this because I tested this not yesterday, but the last time I was streaming.
Look at the impact on America. John, the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs member, Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman. Senator, thank you so much for being here. You have supported President Trump's strikes on Iran. Your reaction at this point today?
Well, first, I just want to extend my absolute condolences for the American services that lost their lives.
Mm-hmm.
They were all heroes, but now
Let's talk about that for a minute. Shout out to our military. They're more braver than me, and they're a lot more braver than me to go out there and especially if my commander-in-chief was someone who I didn't vote for, but nothing against Trump, you know. I just hope Trump has a plan, but when all this is over, you know, that's my question. But I think he's doing everything that what he said in his campaign. So I can't really fault him for that. And if you really understand his strategy of what Trump is trying to do in terms of economic reasons and China, everything is really making sense. Everything is really coming into play right now, if you really think about it. Now, it's going to be interesting. That's what we're going to bring up when we go back to Polymarket. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to win the midterms. Okay, and that's going to give us a temperature of what everybody thinks about this whole Iran stuff. Okay, if you're not really a critical thinker, you're probably looking at this in an emotional way, like, oh, Trump's this, Trump's that. But this is really strategic, and yes, so there has been death on our side in terms of America, but I think they knew that going in. And oh shit, I got somebody on Kick. How you doing, bud? Hey, what's good, man? You're my first comment ever. This is my second time doing this. Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay, hey man, I'm new at this. So okay, hold on. I did this. Okay. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm just here doing some reactions. I'm about to go over some some Polymarket stuff. I'm going over some bets right now. So since you're watching, or I don't know if you're still here, I don't know how this stuff works. Okay, I'm new at this. I'm new at this. I'm new at this. All right, I only made 2. If you look at this page, you said you're on Kick. So hey, I'm on Kick. I'm on X. I'm trying to be on all of them, but I just don't have the growth right now. I really just don't have the growth right now. Okay, I got another one right here. I got another one. What's this say? It says glad to hear it. Oh, okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so what I'm doing right now, just to fill you in, is let me do this. Let me do this. I'm gonna do another stop sharing that, and I'm gonna do this. Right now, what I'm doing right now is I'm telling people what I'm betting on. Okay, I'm just going through what I'm betting on, and I'm trying to figure out, or not figure out, but I'm using my my guesses of what's going to happen within the Polymarket scene. Okay, so you kind of got me in the early stages of doing a stream. Oh wait, I got another one. I got another one. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Where are you from? I am unfortunately here in California. All right, California's not doing so good. We lost a lot of money here in California and a lot of population here in California. So I am in the U.S., United States of America, America, America. This is what they like to call it. You know, like the USA of Cali. You know, the state of where Gavin Newsom is. Yeah. Oh, good to know. Well, why you say that? Why is that good? Why do you think California is good? Tell me that. Let me put you up on the screen right here. Yeah, good to know. I didn't think anyone would be up around this time. Damn. Damn. But let's see. But hey, I guess I got, you gotta start somewhere, I guess. I'm new at this streaming, so we'll see where it goes. But yeah, thank you. Where you from, man? Barbecue? Well, no, Bruce. Are you from Africa? What do you think about this whole Iran stuff? Huh? What do you think about this whole? I'm just here streaming because I got an album I need to promote, and it's not out yet. I just gotta build the fan base, build this channel up. I gotta build this channel up, and I just gotta build a fan base and promote my ish, because these are wild. Anyway, but yeah, I want to finish this video. If you're still gonna stick around, and you still stick around, then I appreciate that. You're from Manchester, cool. Okay, so we got another America, Manchester. I'm assuming that's America. I'm assuming you're in the States. Assuming Manchester. Let me put you on the board right here. Uh-oh. Yeah, don't want that. Put you on the board right here. Manchester. Never been to Manchester. Only been to I've been in terms of, if we're going to talk about the states, just the states. I've been to New York. I've been in New York. I've been to Florida, Tennessee, Texas, Kansas, Arizona, Nevada, of course. That's just right up, right up going up Nevada. Me and my friends used to go to Vegas all the time. And I know I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, Hawaii. Been in Hawaii. So you just started doing streaming. Is this your first stream? This is actually my second stream. If you go to my on my page, you're on Kick, right? Yeah, you're on Kick. You go on my page, you'll saw my stream. It was a shit show, man. It was, yeah, this is actually my first stream. I'm new at this, so I just got. How's that sound? Actually, since I do got someone up in here, how's that sound? Can you hear me? Like, am I sound good? Because there's no way for me to test my sound. Like that's crazy. You know, let me know how I sound because I don't hear nothing. The only thing I hear out this is my string. So hopefully my sound is doing good. Hopefully. Yeah, let's see. Let's do this. Let's pop this up. All right. I think I'm getting the hang of this. So you just started doing streaming. Is this your first time? I said, yes, it's good. I was like, okay, thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Go ahead. If you think it's good, I mean, hit the page, hit the subscribe, and hopefully I could be a good entertainer or entertainee. You know? I don't know. You know? So kind of nervous doing this, okay? I did my first stream and I was pooped. I was like, man, I gotta sit here and talk for almost 5 hours to a fair. I don't know how I hang, But looking for this time, I got some. I got Monster, not sponsored, but Monster. All right. Let's get back to it. All right, man. Let's get back to it. I'm surprised I even popped up on Kick though. I'm like way super like I thought I'd be in the trenches. I thought I'd be like in the trenches in the dumps or something like that where all the small streamers are at. But anyways, I want to get back to this video. Maybe you could tell me what you think. What do you think about this bet right here? Oh wait, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. What do you think about this bet right here? Will the Iranian regime fall by June 30th? Okay. I'm thinking, man, I'm thinking maybe. I think it might. Here, this is why. Watch what he says. Yeah. To hear the people that pass. Rest in peace to our troops. Okay, so we're getting into it. Okay, so we're about to get into it. Oh wait, you guys can't even see. You only see the Okay, hold up. Let me just change this up. Stop sharing, and then we're gonna do this. There we go. There gotta be a way for me to share my entire screen, but I gotta figure that out. Anyway. All right, so he's about to. This is like I said. If you've been watching or whoever's watching out there, this is why I brought up the war powers. Okay, we're talking about a guy who's a senator. Okay, a senator. So let's see. He's talking about the war powers. So this is why I think. Here we go.
Watching right now, look up and read the War Powers resolution from 1973 and what that requires. What that requires is that provide 48 hours of notification, and President Trump had done that. And then that means after 60 days, then they have to withdraw those soldiers, or perhaps even for an extra 30-day extension. Neither of those things have been broken for that. There are no American boots on the ground. So that's why, Epic is now, that was absolutely not, it violates either one of that. And now people, they either don't understand that, or now what they're saying, things are just not true, that it wasn't illegal, or for that did not violate War Powers resolution from 1973.
Right. So you will vote in what way on Tuesday?
Well, of course, I'm going to vote it.
Okay, am I on Twitch? Okay, so I am not on Twitch. Here's why. All right. Number one, and I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. However, Twitch is it's hard to grow on Twitch. It's very, very hard to grow on Twitch. Secondly, I think Twitch is more for a younger crowd. So I don't think I fit into Twitch. And Twitch has a lot of controversies behind it. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be, and to get monetized on Twitch, and fourthly, to get monetized on Twitch, Man, it's a bitch. To get monetized, the requirements to get monetized on Twitch is a bitch. Okay, at least with YouTube, Facebook, and I think they got Rumble up here. So Rumble and there was one more. Oh yeah, TikTok. Those, excuse me. So with Facebook, all I need to get is like 100 people. You know, at least if I could probably get that from doing shorts. So I could get like 100. So Facebook, doing some streaming on Facebook that should be easy to get. But Twitch, I think Twitch is a different environment too. Twitch is also in number 5. Twitch is a different beast. It's a different environment. It's a different vibe over there. And again, like I said, I don't think I fit into Twitch, and I don't really like Twitch and what goes on behind the scenes with Twitch and their controversy and how their algorithms and the monetizations and things like that. I think Kick, right now I'm on X. They let you live stream like super, and their monetization and impressions it's pretty legit. It's pretty legit in terms of their monetization requirements. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I think Twitch has a lot of competitors to deal with, and the money is just I wish I could say do it for the love of the game. I wish I could say doing it for the love of the game. I wish I could say that. I wish I could say that, but we'll see. We'll see. That's why I'm doing it, because I gotta promote. I got an album I need to promote. Okay, so I gotta grow that. Okay, I gotta grow that. I got an album coming out, so I gotta grow this. I gotta get started at. If I get like oh man, if I get a lot of followers on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that, I was thinking about doing like a challenge stream. That's what I was thinking about doing. I was thinking about doing a challenge stream. Oh wait, you said something else over here. Let's see what you got. Listen, what you got, man. Oh man, Barabus. Barbarus. Okay, what we got here? Yeah, you're right, but in my opinion, you should at least try to do one stream there. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Not wrong. Let's see. Yeah, you're right, but in my opinion, you should just do at least one stream over there. Well, how do you think that would help me compared to like Kick and all the other platforms? Why do you feel? Let's have a conversation about that. Let's really have a serious conversation. Well, why do you look? Let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this then. Why are you on Kick and not Twitch then? I want to ask you that. Why are you on Kick and not Twitch? You know? I guess I'll wait. That'll be my question for you. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong to do at least one stream over there. But again, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, I am not a professional at this. To be honest with you, I am not a professional. You're on both? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I just think there's just a whole lot of. Here's my thing. I don't mind putting in the work. Here's my thing. I don't mind putting in the work, but these platforms have different criteria on getting monetized. You know what I mean? And I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's about streaming is fun. Streaming is fun, but it's not paying the bills. You know. So right now, you know, the making music and things like that, the content and the things I do on the side, that right there. So for me to like focus on Twitch, not focus solely on Twitch, not like focus solely on Twitch, but their monetization requirements is diabolical compared to like Kick. Compared to Kick, like Kick really just tells you flat out, hey, if you do this, this, and this, we'll monetize you. Bam. And I don't care if it's just like $20 there, $40 there. Oh, I'll be cool. Like those are easy. Those are easy achievements to achieve. You get what I'm saying? Those are easy to achieve. And another reason why I'm doing this, I'm really just doing it just to promote, like I said, I'm trying to promote an album. So I got to build this community, but streaming takes a lot of time. Like if I could be making some real good money by not doing this, but I need to do this to like prop everything up. You get what I'm saying? Hold on. You said something else. Hold on. You're on both. Yeah. Put you up here. Yeah. Yeah, but does that make sense? Am I making sense or am I just rambling right now? Am I making sense, man? I mean, or am I just rambling? Like I said, you're not wrong. You're not wrong streaming on Twitch. Okay? You're not wrong. I guess what I'm bitching about is the work ethic that's going to take to even focus. Because when I focus on something, I focus on it, okay? And I just think like Kick, YouTube, and and all the other platforms, YouTube is going to be kind of sketch because you got to be really clean cut. You got to be, if you know what I mean, you got to be really clean cut or with YouTube. So you got to be really clean cut. So you're on a microscope all over there. You're on a microscope. Do we do this? I'm kind of like, you stop sharing, put me back on full screen mode, and just have a conversation real quick. Let's see. You said something else right here. Let's see what we got right here. What we got? Yeah, you also got a right point. Yeah. Yeah, you also got a right point as well. Yeah, you also have a right point as well. Okay, I gotta get this, get it going. Yeah. I mean, do you stream? Do you stream? I mean, you tell me. I mean, do you stream? I mean, you tell me. I mean, I don't got no friends out there in the streaming world. I I'm a rookie at this. And I'm a rookie at this. I got the equipment. I mean, I got the money to afford all this equipment over here. This $2,500 camera with a $1,500 lens. $1,500 lens. I gotta blend a little bit. I've been having this, man. I've been having this shit for almost a year. I haven't used it. I haven't used it. But I told myself, like, I even got my instruments right here, lighting right here. I got my mic that records the music right here, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I told myself, man, I gotta get the strength so I could build this fan base because the album comes out. In May. That's a release date. So, and I don't got no follower, no push. So I gotta really hone in. I gotta hone in on this. But do you stream, man? I mean, you asked me a lot of Twitch and Kick question. Yeah, you also got it right too. Okay. Yeah, so let me know if you stream. I mean, it's kind of, yeah, I get you. Let me put that on here too. Let me put that on here. You said I used to do it before, but now I don't. Man, Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How many of your favorite Twitch streamers done it and they just disappeared? They just disappeared. They were doing it and then they went out. Let's talk about it. I did my first stream yesterday and I could only do 30 minutes. I was like, oh shit, this is what streaming is like. I gotta sit here and talk to myself. I gotta sit here and fucking talk to myself. And then I gotta keep up with that same energy, keep that same energy. And then you look at these requirements. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. And you want me to do both? You want me to do both? I mean, this takes a lot of energy out of me. Sit on this chair, and like, to be honest, I really don't like talking about politics. But man, you gotta grow somewhere. I don't know what to talk about. I gotta get on here. I gotta talk about some shit. I gotta get up here. I gotta talk about something. And I gotta keep it going. Oh wait, you got something else? You got something else saying? What you got? What we got? Let's see. You said, yeah, but don't anymore. You said that. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Most of what I do on Twitch. Man, see, my voice is getting hoarse. That's what I'm talking about. I could definitely see myself losing my voice on Twitch. Man, I mean, if you like Twitch, shit, man, what's going on over there in Twitch? I just hear a lot of bad things about Twitch, and plus you see all those OnlyFans girls taking up all the viewer shares. It's kind of like, what kind of viewers am I gonna get? But I mean, I'll take anybody. I'll take anybody. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of. I don't know. I think the Twitch platform, and plus, aren't they losing money? Ain't Twitch losing money over there? Like, they're in a deficit. The same thing was going on with Warner Brothers and New York and stuff like that. Aren't they in a deficit? Like, I don't know how Twitch is surviving. I know they're bought by Amazon, but how are they surviving? Okay, job. Okay. I do with my sister. Okay, yeah, man. I mean, run it. I mean, sure. Maybe I need to find your channel. If leave your channel somewhere I can find it. I want to say in the chat, but again, I don't know if it's gonna save it. I don't know if the chat deletes it or not. So if you want, man, just link your channel. I'll find your channel on YouTube or your Twitch or whatever. Just link it on the bottom, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Put it on the bottom, and I'll find you and check you. You said you and your sister out. Okay, let me copy. Actually, okay, I got it right here. I'm not gonna show it, but I got it right there. So I'm gonna save and take a screenshot of that real quick. I'm not gonna show it, and then when I'm done, when I'm done with the stream. When I'm done with the stream, I'll check it out. I took a screenshot of it. And once I'm done with everything, I'll check it out. See what kind of niche, see what you're doing over there. See what you're doing over there on Twitch. Me and my cousin, we used to stream over at Twitch. It's just Twitch is just and plus not only that, here's another reason. And what happens when you get banned? You get what I'm saying? You're going to need another outlet or another form of communication. You get what I'm saying? So that's another reason why you don't put all your eggs in one basket, And so Twitch, that's where I got all this other stuff, So this is just my second stream, so I don't really know. I don't even know. This hit. I wish I was on YouTube. I'll tell you hit the like button, but I don't got the subscribers on to qualify for live streaming on YouTube. What can you do? All right, so oh, okay, you said something else. Okay, what we got going on here? Let's see. Should I? I'll post it. Let's see. What we got? By the way, the first thing on Twitch or Kick when she made her channel, she customized it. It really helped her grow. Help her to grow. Yeah, yeah. 100%. Yeah, yeah. I need to do that. I need to do that. I do need to do that. I need to either uh call the team or customize it. Again, hey man, give me time, man. You expected too much out of me. You're expecting way too much out of me, man. Just give it time. That is something I do need to. You are right. I gotta put that. It's on. I got it right here on my other screen right here. I got items, a list, things, list to do. Okay, and customizing the kick stuff is 100% is something I need to do. 1000%. It's my second straight. I didn't know what to expect. I was just thinking just get something out there, just get something out there. So then when it is customized, like you gotta have like a catalog. You get what I'm saying? You gotta have a catalog of stuff. I don't have like a catalog on my kick. I only got one video up there on kick. And I don't so the goal is or the theme is to have a catalog and then I could customize it, make it look pretty, do all the other fun stuff. But I didn't think that was necessary because again, I don't have a catalog. I only got one bad stream that I did and I'm keeping it up there because of practice and research purposes. What we got? You said something else? Okay. Okay. I think I'm getting the hang of this stuff. Okay. Hide that. Pull this up. Pull this up. Pull this up. Pull this up. Uh, maybe. Not yet. Yeah, it's I gotta get to know you a little bit more, man. Not yet. Not the first date. Not the first date, man. Come on. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Uh, um, give it time. Maybe if you keep coming onto the stream and build a repertoire, maybe I'll consider it. But I already know how to do all the graphics and stuff like that, and Photoshop and all that stuff. It's just uh, handing that over to people right now. It's a little too early for me, man. Let's see what you got going on here. Yeah, man, connect. Yeah, go ahead and connect. On IG, man, go ahead. Uh, how do I do that? I'm easy to find on IG. Just click on. Yeah, I'm easy to find on IG. Yeah, just copy and paste my name and it'll pop up. Yeah, I got that branded anyway, so I'm not hard to find. Yeah, man. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. Okay. All right. All right. How many people? Okay, I got 2 people watching. I think one of them's a bot. Okay, let's see. What we got going here? Uh-oh. My computer just froze. Oh no, my mouse froze. Damn. Let's see. Hold up. Technical difficulties. I think this is my mouse. I think my mouse froze. Because everything's going, so it has to be my mouse. Because I gotta be able to trust people on the internet so far. I can't really find out who to trust over here on the internet so far. So give it time. Give it time. I hope this is my mouse and not my man. What the hell happened? Why is my okay? We're back. Interesting. 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 Okay. All right. So let's see what we got now. Oh, we got another lab. We got another guy. Mr. Pedro. One. Hey, homie. Hiking. Okay. Wait. All right, let's see. This is my first. I can share your stream in a kid community to help you hit 12 followers, 500 viewers, and earn 7 per stream. Add me on Discord. Um. Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, this is just my second stream, man. I mean, uh, we'll see. I just gotta be careful with my stuff, because I don't want to get scammed or nothing like that. So, and this is my first time streaming, so I don't know how this stuff works. To be honest with you. I'm going. It's late. Hit me on IG. I'll be waiting for you. Nice. All right, man. It's a bot. Oh, is that what that is? Is that what that is? A bot, man. See, hey, man. Well, if you keep coming around, man. If you keep coming around, man, maybe I'll make you a moderator somehow. Somehow, if you keep coming around, I'll make you a moderator. If we get that. Yeah, see, yeah, that's what I was saying. If you're still around, that's what I'm saying. Like, I gotta watch out. That's why, like, I gotta be weary on these kind of like these bots. I gotta be weary on these bots. These scammers out here that want to just when you click these phishing scammers, you click on a link, claiming to be something or not. And then like, oh, and then customization. Hopefully you can understand. It's not me trying to disrespect you or nothing like that, though, man. It's not me. It's just me. Got to protect myself. This is this is the internet, man. I don't know who has my best interest or who has my least interest. That's the thing. They just want to take me down. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know who had my best interest or who's going to take me down. But if you gotta go to bed, man, do you? Thanks for talking with me. Thanks for hanging out. I always answer the chat. I don't know how you found me. I know I'm not on the front page of Kick. I know that's not right. I know I'm not on the front page of Kick, but we'll see. We'll see where this goes. What we got going on here? Late for work? Well, don't be late for work, man. Get on, man. Just put me in the background or something, Turn me on on the cell phone or something. Just on the background or something. I don't know. Yeah, thanks, man. Come back. Hopefully I'll see you again. Come back. Let's see. Yeah, come back. Hit the page or something and come back, man. Come back. And hopefully I'll have better content or better to show. I don't know what, I don't know what to show other than what's going on in the world, to be honest with you. And I would play like a lot of music, but I don't know what I don't know what you can play, what you can't play on this platform, in terms of music. I could play my own music, but that's a big giveaway. I want to grow, so then, and then I like T-Pain streams. I like T-Pain stream. I like what he got going on over there. In terms of his streams and how he promotes his stuff, because AI is gonna it's gonna really take over in terms of what we listen to. So I just gotta do my best to hang in there. Hang in there because streaming is going to take a lot out of me if I gotta grow and grow and grow. But enough complaining. I want to talk about these Polymarkets. Yeah, I heard Kate, you could gamble on this stuff. Hey, should I be playing video games on this stuff? Should I really be playing some games on this? If I were to play some games on Kick, it would be games that nobody will fucking watch. If I was on this thing, it would be games that nobody would watch. Man, I tell you, I'm afraid to even tell the game. I will be playing some Final. I've been wanting to play that game for so long. Final Fantasy 15. It's just life just come gets you. Life just really come gets you. No, you got responsibility, motherfucker. You ain't got time to play no video games. But I will. You know what? I might actually do some. I may look at some speed runs. But man, I would love to play some fucking games on here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But thanks for hanging out, man. Thanks for hanging out if you're still there. Thanks for hanging out. All right, let's get back to this, okay? We're talking about Kick is a gambling type of platform. It should be safe for me to say. Let's get back on this gambling platform. All right, and that killed that killed like a good hour out of me. I dig it. Let's get back to this. Baby. All right, this is what the war powers at. This is why. Okay, let's get into this.
I'm going to vote it down. It's really it's not necessary.
So you hear that? He's going to vote it down. Okay, I think I'm a little bit warmed up. Let me take off the jacket. Ugh. And I'm also probably, I know one of these days, if my Facebook grows, I am going to do some challenges. What my plan or idea is that if I could grow, because Facebook's going to be the hardest to grow. So my plan is if I can grow to a certain amount, I'll do I don't want to say a 24-hour stream. I don't want to say a 24-hour stream. But I do want to do some type of challenge. Oh man, I should have told you how's my sound, man. Can you hear me? Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I go into town. I'll be talking about video games 1 minute, and I'll be going into this video right here. The sound. My brain is just all over the fucking place. Anyways, man, that was kind of refreshing to read. All right, let's get back to this.
Very honestly, the entire thing, it's really an empty gesture. There's not going to be any votes. But when you're not even breaking the war powers resolution, why are you even doing that?
Yeah.
So I mean, also let's also be clear. I'm tired of seeing people go on social media and saying we can never allow Iran to acquire a nuclear bomb, and Israel always deserves insecurity, and they deserve to exist. Well, if you're not willing to do about it, then it must just be empty words. Are you really? Does it matter? No, but when President Trump was willing to do the kinds of things that are necessary to provide those things. Now, if you really want to prevent Iran to acquire a nuclear bomb, he did try to negotiate with them. There has been treaties. There has been other negotiations that never worked. And they had 900 pounds of just below weapons grade weapons. So, here, do you really committed, or are you just going to drop empty tweets and just try to have it both ways and pretend that it really matters? So, and that's why I'm going to support that. As a Democrat, I know that's absolutely the right thing to do. And so for me right now, the world is better. And now China and Russia are now condemning that. You know,
Well, that's no surprise, right? That's no surprise that they're condemning it because that's their oil. You know, that's their buyers. Of course, they're going to condemn it. Of course, of course. You know, China just lost Maduro. China just lost Iran. Man, so we really, of course, they're going to condemn it like, oh, we condemn this, but what are you going to do about it? That's kind of like what I'm waiting for, you know. And rest in peace to our soldiers and the two soldiers. I don't know how that's going to turn out once that information get released. In terms of the midterms and the public, I don't know how that's going to uh, relate. If Republican loses the House and the Senate, then it's a fucking wrap. It's a fucking wrap. They're gonna try to impeach the hell out of them. But it's still gonna be a fight because that's why I think John Fetterman, he, you know, even if he wins back his seat, he's acting real Republican. He's acting real Republican. So they may have to try to win his vote when it does get to that point. When it gets to that point, but we'll see. We'll see. But if you pay attention, the reason why I brought this up, if you pay attention of the requirements, I should back it up. I should back it up to say the qualifications of the War Powers Act. Let me see if I can go back to that. Let me see if we go back here.
saying things that are just not true, that it wasn't illegal, or for that they did not violate War Powers Resolution from 1973. Soldiers.
Man, I got that on perfect. I got that on point. See, you see what he said? He did not violate War Powers of 1973. Okay, so even if the Democrats try to get rid of them with whatever War Powers vote, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And so yeah, so let's go back to Polymarket over here. Okay. And then go to here. Go back to Polymarket. And let's talk about it. So we're around regime fall by June 30th. Now, according to Fetterman, he did not violate the War Powers Act and he has 30 days to even. Now he can't get an extension from, according to the senator, you can't get an extension. So let's say 60 days. So that's gonna be 3 months. But will the Iranian regime fall by that day? It really depends on their agenda. You know, no one's in those rooms or talks or anything like that. So it really depends on their agenda. So we'll see. I want to say yes. I want to say yes. Because how long does it really take to take out like ships and military weapons? How long does that really take? Plus talks and negotiations. Like, how long does that really take? I wonder, right? I wonder. Anyway, let's go. Let's go to the next one. Now, okay, Polymarket, we're done. I want to talk about, okay, so I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about the next, who's going to be the next Democratic president. That's too far away. I want to talk about something that, let's go into sports. So I'm not going to put any money yet. I'm not going to put any money yet in terms of when will the regime fall? I kind of want to see how gets more news coming out and see what's going on with that. Get more news coming out off of that, and to really make a point. So I'm not gonna put so for that I'm not gonna put any money or any crypto, excuse me, any crypto into that. Not yet, anyways. But let's go to NBA. I'm a big NBA guy. My team, obviously, the Oakland Thunders, they're crushing it. They're gonna win the whole thing. Let's just be real. The Oakland Thunders, they're gonna crush it. I'm shooting for, man. Since a lot of you guys already know, I'm in Sacramento. No, no, not currently, but I'm from Sacramento, SacTal, and what's fucked up is, oh, I wish I want to go back to where the Kings were good. I want to go back to that. Can we go back to that, please? Man, that SacTal is my hometown. Hey, look at this. Look at this. 21 cents. They're expecting to lose to the Sun. Of course, they're going to lose to the Suns. Obviously, Russell Westbrook has been holding that team down. I appreciate that, Russell, but you know, it's dying, man. Okay, how can let's do this. Yeah, here we go. That's a lot better. Lot better. Okay. So I wish they were doing a lot better right here. Uh, let's see. What else do we got? What else do we got? So I'm looking for my Lakers. Where's my Lakers? Here we go. Lakers versus Nuggets. See, in order to win on Polymarket, you gotta go for the underdog. You're not gonna make any money if you just go for the obvious, you know? Is Denver Nuggets gonna beat the Lakers? Probably. Maybe. More than likely. Yeah. But if you're trying to if you want to make some bread, make some crypto, I mean, it's not let the Lakers suck. It's not let the Lakers suck right here. So, I mean, I would put some money on the Nuggets. No, excuse me, on the Lakers. I'll put some money on the Lakers. And I would also put, what's this? Pelicans. And I'll put some money on the Kings right here. I think they make, again, if you're gonna make some money, you gotta go for the underdogs. And I can't bet against my Kings, man. I cannot bet against my Kings. No, hell no. So I just it just put a bad taste in my mouth. If I bet against the fucking Kings, if I bet against the Kings, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not betting against the Kings. Lakers versus Pacers. You see what I mean? Obviously, the Lakers is gonna wipe the Pacers out. Okay, that's a given. You know, Luka, LeBron, and what's the other guy's name? Oh, man, man, I'm kind of out of it right now. I forget the other guy's name. But yeah, that guy, the other shooter that was holding it down when Luka and LeBron were out. Man, I'm having a brain fart. But yeah, yeah. Lakers gonna win. That's easy money right there. But if you but look, okay, like $100. You know, that's only $112. You know, but you see what? Can you guys see that? Hold on, I got like 2 screens. Got it. But you see, $100. Make sure you guys see that. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. I got these tabs open. Let's do this. Okay. All right. See this? See this dollar? You see that? Like $100, it's only gonna net you $112. Is it really worth it? I mean, it's easy money, I guess. It's easy money. But man, if you go for the underdog, I mean, if you go for the underdog, I mean, come on. Come on. That's why I gotta go for my Sacramento Kings. I know Russell Westbrook has been holding it down for the Kings, even though they sorry as hell. Even though they're completely like trash. I know the Kings are trash. I know the Kings are fucking trash. But shit, man. I mean, let me catch a break. What else we got? So yeah, that I'm only focusing on the Lakers and Kings. And if you want easy money, obviously, I mean, Golden State, they were good. They were good. Yeah, but this right here, obviously, that's easy money. So really, just go for easy money at this point. Yeah, that's easy. Easy money with the Lakers and. See, here we go. Kings versus Bulls. See, here we go. Here we go. I think the Kings could beat the Bulls. I mean, probably not. I mean, Bulls, they 25 wins with 36 losses. I just need the Kings to get lucky. That's all. I just need the Kings to get lucky. But yeah, moving on. So I'm going for LA. LA the Pacers. LA versus the Pacers. So I'm betting for LA. Going for Sacramento Kings and the Bulls and Oakland Oakland Thunders with Golden State. They're gonna get wiped. They're gonna get wiped. Just fucking wiped, man. Fucking crazy. But let's do this. Let's do this. I want to talk about esports. Because I'm also... See? Vancouver, I'm gonna do a stream one of these days, and we're gonna watch these streams. We're gonna watch one of these one day. Because I don't want to sit here and just bitch about politics, to be honest with you. Politics can fuck with your head and make you mentally retarded and angry and just make you just fucking crash the fuck out. If we're going to be honest, this is going to make you crash the fuck out. So, yep. One of these, Vancouver, it seems like Vancouver, I'm going to do a little bit more research on them. They seem like the more favorite FaZe. Where's FaZe Clan? Are they still in here? Toronto, I know they're badass right here. Toronto, I watched some of these games. I was watching LA Thieves, yeah, I was watching them too. They badass in Call of Duty. I was definitely, I was going crazy. I can't post it, but I was going crazy with Rainbow Six. That used to be my fucking game right there. Rainbow Six used to be my game. My favorite one was Future Soldier. That was the one that I used to play. Rainbow Six Future Soldier. Sage. That was my jam. That was my jam. So yeah. I was watching that heavy. I was watching this heavy, and it was super entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. I might watch a little Overwatch. Watch a little Overwatch down there. And CS2. Me and my friends, that's gonna bring me back. Counter-Strike brings you back all the way back from high school. So I definitely gonna watch some Counter-Strike and make some bets, pay attention. Whitebird is pretty popular, but we'll see. I got my thoughts, I got my opinions of it. Let's move on. Let's move the F on. Just get out of this. Again, this is my first time streaming, so let me see. Stop sharing. Get me back on full screen. Let's get this pretty face back on here. Okay. So that's pretty much it for Polymarket. You already know where my bets are. You already know what I'm thinking. Let me know in the comment section or wherever you're watching this. What's your bets in terms of crypto? Bitcoin's going down, but when something goes down, it always goes up. So I'm not really panicking. I'm not really panicking all that much. And to be honest, this is the best time to buy. You know what they say. And look at stocks. If you look at stocks, even though there's some on oil, even the oil prices, oh my god, they're gonna be so juicy. That's gonna be so juicy. So juicy. With the oil prices. Because if Trump is doing what I think he's doing, he's trying to create a monopoly when it comes to oil. Because when all this is done, he's gonna want Iran's oil, or he cut a deal with Netanyahu in Israel for that oil. I guarantee it. If you just look at the patterns, if the U.S. get that oil, we will be a fucking superpower. I tell you, it's gonna be crazy. No joke. That shit's gonna be fucking crazy, man. You're gonna. That's gonna make America rich right there. See, Democrats just want to hate. Like, man, fuck being rich. Fuck the rich. Okay, stay broke. Stay broke and lose your job to AI. Have fun. Or matter of fact, go. Take your ass to New York. Have fun over there. You know. Anyway, let's go to fucking. I want to talk about this Netflix deal. Let's talk about that. Actually, we are going to talk about, since we're already on the topic of politics, let's just get this Iran stuff out the way. All right, let's do that. Let's just get this Iran shit out the way. And let's share it. Oh man, I didn't even do it like this. All right, let's do this.
Qatar's Al Udeid Air Base hosts U.S. and other international forces. Since Saturday, across the Gulf, civilian infrastructure from seaports and airports to residential buildings and hotels have been hit in Iranian attacks. The Iranian Red Crescent says 555 people have been killed in 3 days of joint U.S.-Israel strikes across Iran. This was the scene in the city of Sanaj Daj, that's in Kurdistan province in the west of the country. The U.S. military says it struck more than 1,000 targets inside Iran since the beginning of the joint operation. Meanwhile, conflict is also spilling over into Lebanon, drawing in Iran's key regional ally, Hezbollah. Israeli strikes have killed at least 31 people, including a senior Hezbollah commander. Israel says the attacks...
Oh, they killed somebody? Wait, who they take out? They took someone out in... I gotta focus. I gotta get my head in the game. Let me get back into this.
Meanwhile, conflict is also spilling over into Lebanon, drawing in Iran's key regional ally, Hezbollah. Israeli strikes have killed at least 31 people, including a senior Hezbollah commander. Israel says the attacks are in response to Hezbollah firing a barrage of rockets and drones at northern Israel. All right, Al Jazeera's team of correspondents are live for us in Tehran, Beirut, Vienna, Washington, and Ramallah. But first, let's talk to Zain Basravi, who is in Doha. So, Zain, we know that there has been this...
It's in Doha. You know, and that's a trip. I was supposed to take a trip up in the Middle East. You know, I've never been to Dubai. I always wanted to check out Dubai. All right, hold on. Let me stop sharing. I need to get back on the full screen mode. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to switch. I'm trying to put me over here. I don't know how do I do that? I don't know how to do that. Customize maximum. Shit, man. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. Man, someone help me out here. Someone help me out in this void. Okay, this void of nothingness, of no one watching. Someone help me out here. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, I gotta stop looking stupid. Okay, stop looking stupid over here. Okay, so this man is in Doha. He's in danger zone. Let's see. Let's take a look at this shit. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'll be on this side. No, wrong side. Let's see. Let's see. Shift forward. Oh man. How do I flip you guys? How do I flip it? Go on this side. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Struggle streaming, struggle. Let's go. Let's talk about this, okay? So basically this ugly man, he doesn't look too happy. He's in Doha right now. He's going to tell us the situation. I was supposed to take a trip over there in the Middle East. I wanted to see what Dubai was all about. We'll see how long this lasts. And I hope Trump has a plan for all this. So far, he's been winning in terms of Venezuela and Greenland. If you think about it, in terms of Greenland, he got what he want. So let's see. Let's see. Play.
Several, according to the Kuwaiti Ministry of Defense, U.S. jets that have gone down. What do we know there?
That's correct. Just about an hour or so ago, the Kuwaiti Ministry of Defense confirming that several U.S. jets, not exactly putting a number on it, but saying several U.S. jets had been shot down or had crashed in Kuwait. Now, we've seen at least two separate looking videos, two independent videos that seem to show two separate crashes. One, we see this aircraft spiraling, an F-15E Strike Eagle, spiraling, its tail on fire, trailing smoke, and crashing to the ground. Two pilots there did manage to eject. That was also seen on social media videos that were posted, and then they were shown later on the ground being held and assisted by locals. Another video seeming to show a crash happening over a more urban area. And in the past hour, we've had the Iranian army confirming that we targeted U.S. Ali al-Salem base in Kuwait and hostile vessels in the northern Indian Ocean with 15 cruise missiles. A television report quoting the Iranian military going on to say a hostile American F-15 fighter jet was shot down near the border with Kuwait. Now, a few hours ago, there were still some concern just exactly how these jets may have come down. There was some concern there may have been some kind of mistake or error or friendly fire. Investigations are still ongoing. It is still unclear, but the Ministry of Defense of Kuwait did confirm that search and rescue operations were carried out immediately, that all the pilots piloting those American aircraft were safe and were well. But it does seem now that Iran is claiming to have shot down at least one of those jets close to the Kuwaiti border. So
Damn. Well, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but if Hicks is true on his word, he said, if you kill one of us, we want to find you and we will kill you. It's what he said. Okay, I'm just saying, that's what he said. So if Iran's shooting down, I'm just kind of curious, how are they operating if you don't have a central command? If you took out the leader, and you took out their generals and stuff like that, how does that even work? That's who you take command after that. Like, I'm the captain now. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now. I am the captain now. Okay, who remembers that? That was a great movie. I might actually rewatch it. Maybe not tonight, but definitely going to do some. Definitely going to rewatch that, Captain Phillips. But yeah, I'm just curious. How does Iran? Who's in charge of their generals now? How does that even work? But glad that they were safe and Kuwait was able to act quickly for our soldiers, and Godspeed to them. I used to work for the military a long time ago in my 20s. And it gave me a whole new foundation of a different perspective. All right. What else is going on? What's going on in the world? Oh yes, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here's what now with the whole this is going to be a little bit more more entertaining, at least for me. A lot more entertaining, at least for me. So who this guy is? You all know who he is. Graham Stephan. He's a YouTube guru, aka he's been on YouTube OG. He's been on the game. His content to me has really been predictable, at least for my taste. His content's been a lot very predictable, and what we're gonna see here. Let me pull his video up. He's a great content creator. I don't know why he doesn't stream. I have no idea why he doesn't stream, but he's probably doing bigger and better things. Nope, put him over here. There we go. There we go. So we want to see what Graham Stephan has to think about the oil prices and what it's going to mean for our money. Before I even watch this, I haven't seen this yet, but if I had to guess on how his content is, if I had to guess, I'm still gonna put it out in the index of the S&P 500 index. I'm still gonna put 10% of my income into the stock market. Still, we can't let be rig baited by all this market. Because if we look at history, the markets always go down, but they always have a steady going up. And they always have a steady going up if we go back in time. All right, that's how he is. That's how he is. But hopefully he has a different take on this. Trump is giving us a lot of content out here, so I hope he has a different take on this. Let's check out his research and let's see what's going on here.
I mean, if you hit the like button or subscribe if you haven't already, it seriously helps with the channel tremendously.
Yeah.
Bringing up to speed, we have to talk about Operation Epic Fury. See, for those unfamiliar, throughout the last year, the United States has engaged in ongoing talks with Iran to be dangerously close to creating a nuclear weapon. So the Trump administration drew a very clear line: scale it back or faced consequences. Unfortunately, though, when those talks failed to produce an agreement, and intelligence suggested that Iran could be months or possibly weeks from nuclear capability, on February 28th, the U.S. moved forward with strikes targeting Iran's nuclear infrastructure, missile production sites, and air defense systems in an effort to stop these nuclear advancements before it was too late. And surface, it seemed to be successful. However, in the hours that followed, Iran didn't back down. Instead, they retaliated. They targeted U.S. military positions. They've attacked nearby alliances, commercial.
Yep. So I hope this administration has a plan, because you don't just attack and not expect to get hit back. You get what I'm saying? So again, we're gonna see how this plays out. We'll see what the grand scheme of things is. He's basically saying everything that we already know. He just rehashing, kind of like, if you ever watched Dragon Ball, previously on the Trump administration, our Navy ships has arrived to the battlefield, and we just took out their leader on Robinot's Day. So, and then next time on the Trump administration, the Iranians are not giving up. They are not backing down. They hit Kuwait. They hit Doha. They took out an F-15 plane. If this isn't war, I don't know what is. Like I said, I don't think this is war yet. Like I said, once ground truth, if this stuff doesn't end quickly, if it doesn't end quickly, then yes, then it's war. This is basically balls flying at each other. Again, Godspeed to the Navy out there doing this stuff. Cause I damn sure couldn't. Sure, I value my life. I love my life. You know, I couldn't do it. But other than that, it better be worth it. I mean, we lost 2 people, 2 American citizens, so this better be worth it. You better get some oil out of this. We better get some oil out of this. Come on now. All right. It can't just be about the Iran people and they want to overthrow the government. I'm not buying that. But we'll see. All right, Grant. Come on now. Man, I know how you make your content, man. I mean, you want to do a recap, but let's get juicy, man. Let's get juicy.
Flights are being diverted or completely canceled altogether, and key lifelines are being shut down in an effort to cut off the rest of the world. In fact, these next few days will completely determine whether or not this stabilizes or escalates to the point that changes the entire course of our economy. That's why the biggest question right now isn't what's happening, it's what happens next. And in terms of the biggest risk for global markets, we have to talk about the Strait of Hormuz. For those that
Strait
are,
of Hormuz.
this is a narrow stretch of water that separates the Persian Gulf.
Oh, here we go. Yep. Let's go back to that.
Surrounded by major oil-producing markets, we have
All right, I want to talk about that a little bit. Wait, stop it right here at the map. I want to talk about that because this is good.
to talk about the Strait of Hormuz. For those unaware, this is a narrow stretch of water that separates the Persian.
All right. That was kind of upside down to me. All right, anyway, let's go.
Gulf from the rest of the world. And in terms of its importance, 1. Surrounded by major oil-producing countries who make up half of the world's oil supply. 2. Geographically, the only sea passage from the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. And 3. Iran has significant influence to basically control whoever they want to enter or exit. And that's become the perfect storm. See, 1/5 of the world's oil supply and 1/3 of the world's natural gas passes through this small waterway on a daily basis. And unfortunately, there are very few alternatives if something or someone were to block ships from passing through. Meaning, a small stretch of water possibly controls the entire world.
Basically, Trump just put it like, stop. You ain't coming in. No, you ain't coming out, and no one's coming in. Yeah, this is a hostage situation. Stop. Give me those ships. Give me that oil. Go send that over to America. Go send that over to America. Send that oil over to America. You know, go send those ships over to America, okay? And see what happens. So yeah, this is kind of like, all right, this is different. I'm glad that he's talking about this because this is my thing is where does, I guess, the Iranian government, not the people, but the Iranian government, they kind of feel like they gotta fight to the end, which is noble. I mean, it's noble. I mean, if you think about it, kind of have to. But they're not going to win this. They're just not going to win this. You know, the Iranian government. You already, like, you took, like, if in a game of chess, you win the game by taking out the king. So technically, but if the leader is already dead and you took out his knight already, took out his bishops, and you know, all you got left is pawns. You know, I should do a stream. There was this one game of chess that this guy won the game with a bunch of pawns. That shit was crazy. But He won the game with a bunch of pawns. That was nuts. Anyway, if all you got is like, what you got? You got who's the queen in all this? Using that chess analogy, who's the queen in all this? In terms of the like, where it just makes me think. It just really, really makes me think. Makes me think. Because if all you got is pawns and nothing but soldiers, who's in charge, right? Who's in charge after this? All right, let's go.
Now, in terms of who benefits the most from this strait being open, the honest answer is everybody. Like, sure, even though it's true that 84% of the oil that flowed through here gets sold to Asian markets like China, by keeping it open, it frees up supply from other countries that helps us become more competitive. It helps keep prices stable, and global energy shocks are a lot less severe, all thanks to what's called the Transit Passage. This is a legal framework under the United Nations Law of Sea that allows commercial ships to pass through areas like the Strait of Hormuz. But there is a bit of a catch. Within this 2-mile-wide transit lane, parts fall within Iran's territorial waters. And even though they...
Okay, we get it. Yeah, the map. Ships can't come in, ships can't go out. Okay. Why is this important? I mean, I guess the reason why this is important is because, again, what's China doing about this? Like, what's going on? Seriously, what is going on with China? I know China's it's going to feel this. China is going to feel this because they can't get the oil from Venezuela, they can't get it from Iran, and those are the two places that they buy their oil. So I'm just trying to figure out, and since Iran stopped their oil from the global market, what is going on? Like, what's the big plan? What's the big picture of all this? Again, if he gets this right, he could win the midterms or may lose the midterms. But I just don't see how. What's China? China's going to have to do something. I know they want to go into Taiwan, and we're going to talk about that. There's a video I might pull up, and we're gonna talk about that. At least I'm gonna talk about that. Apparently, I only got like a few viewers on here, so the only one that's gonna talk about it is me, and I'm gonna talk to myself about it because every time you watch this fucking YouTube stuff, I mean, I'm talking about it in my head already, so I might as well just get off stream and talk about it. Like, damn. But yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at with it, because China's gonna make a move. They have to. And if you think that, China could just buy oil from Russia, well, I guess, but Russia needs that oil for Ukraine, don't they? They need all the oil that they can get. Unless they're going to be pumping more, unless Russia is going to be pumping oil like crazy for themselves and for China. That's working overtime, man. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm thinking off the top of my dome here. So what's, and China's just sitting back, just watching like, So, and they can't get into, I mean, they could technically, because they just had that deal with Canada. But the only problem with Canada is, okay, if Trump does have Greenland, how's China going to get their ships in there to get the oil? How the passageway, if you look at the map, and how they're going to transfer. I mean, again, I'm not NVCs, but I'm just thinking because China would have to go into, pass through Greenland. I should pop it up. I should really pull up the map, the global map, just to show what I mean. How's my computer doing? Is my computer doing okay? Okay, it's not hot. But they should really, so I don't think they're going to get their oil from Canada because they got to pass through quote unquote Greenland to get their territory, or through US. So and plus it's too far. Iran was at least close by, at least. So, and North Korea, they're not producing a lot of oil. At least I don't think. I'm gonna do some research on that. I'm gonna do some research on that. Like, is Skip John making oil? Is this team producing oil? Or shit, I don't know. Are they? Yeah, I should have asked that guy how's my sound. Damn. But what China could probably do is get it from Africa. But which African country is producing a whole lot of oil? I think that's what they're probably going to end up doing. If they can't get it from Iran or Venezuela, they are partner. They do have if you go back, they do have a strong relationship with some African countries. They do have a strong relationship with some African countries. And they do have a strong relationship. What's that one country? It's not Turkey. I don't think it's Turkey. Not Turkey, but yeah. Oh, man, it's like right underneath. It's another country they could possibly get it from. Yeah, I think. Well, I guess China still has maybe a couple options. Maybe some African countries, definitely some African countries, and then somewhere. What's that one country that showed up to that whole China thing? But let's see. All right, bro. Let's see. Let's get to it. Let's finish your statement.
Like the United Nations, they've never ratified their agreement to allow for open transit, meaning they could turn their back and try to disallow ships from passing through their territory, which is what's beginning to happen. Over the weekend, Iran has threatened to close the strait entirely, which would cut off the flow of oil and basically shut down the entire world. And that's why the most immediate impact seems to be oil prices. On the most basic level, the United States uses almost 20 million barrels of oil every single day, which makes us the #1 consumer of oil in the world by far. But there is a bit of a catch. Since we only produce 18.6 million barrels of oil a day, we become reliant on other countries to fill that deficit. And this is where things get interesting. If the Strait of Hormuz got shut down, even just temporarily, all of a sudden, oil prices.
I already know where he's going with this. That's what I'm saying. Trump wants the oil. This is called what it is. This is called what it is. That's what I think. This is an oil play. I'm not mad at it. I ain't mad at it either. This is an oil play. Blood for oil. We got Venezuela oil, but that ain't enough. We need Iran's oil too. Man, it's tough. It's tough. But I know where he's going to go with it. I know I'm gonna buy some oil stock for sure. Are they up right now? What's going on? I know they're up right now. They have to be up. Shit. I know those oil prices gotta be. This is an oil play for sure. That oil, buy some oil stock right now.
Would rise, shipping costs would increase, production of raw material goes up in price, and transportation would become that much more expensive. In fact, the Federal Reserve estimates that for every $10 a barrel increase in crude oil prices results in 0.2% more inflation. On top of that, the United States personally receives about 7% of its oil supply directly from the Strait of Hormuz, leaving us with no other choice than to pay higher prices to other exporting countries that are closer to us, like Canada and Mexico. Look, to give you an idea just how sensitive oil prices have become, even just the risk of a potential shutdown caused oil prices to spike 15% pretty much overnight. And in terms of how high prices could go, JP Morgan previously said that we could see oil rise as high as $130 a barrel in the event it closed for a prolonged period. On top of that, if the strait was closed, this could turn into a global catastrophe of military escalation, where every single country does everything in their power to get it open as soon as possible by whatever means necessary. And this isn't even the worst possible case scenario. Iran could also theoretically attack the oil wells and production themselves, pretty much shutting down supply for the rest of the world. So in terms of wider...
That would be smart on their part. That would be smart on Iran's part. Right? You get what I mean? Like, if we're going to lose, we're not going to give you what you want. And we're going to blow up all the oil. And we're not going to get what you want. That would be smart on their part. It's kind of it's like suicide. You get what I'm saying? Cause think about it. Think about it. The Iranian government destroys all the oil, therefore, it suffers the people. Cause if you're a country and you kill your own people, if you're a country and you kill your own people, why would you care about the oil? You know? I mean, in terms of wartime, I'd be like, destroy all the oil banks, destroy it all, destroy it all, destroy it all. And then not only is it gonna cripple their own country and people, which I don't understand. Why would you want to do that? I don't know why you want to do that. I don't know what kind of country you want to make your own people suffer, like for your own needs. But there's evil in the world, and hey, so and it would cost money for it to get rebuilt. So if the Iran people were smart, and then like it will also send a message as well. If you think about it, it will also send a message, because think about it. No one in that southern hemisphere can get oil, right? At least right now. Okay. Now, if China, Russia, or any other countries or partners don't try to help, then wipe out all the oil. You get what I'm saying? Wipe out all the oil, then no one gets oil. Not the Iranian people gets oil for their cars or whatever. The other countries don't get oil, because they just decided to sit back and watch and put their feet up and drink their beers and let's see how this turns out. And just be bullshitting at the United Nations saying, oh, let's just talk. Like, we ain't talking no more. We done fucking talking. So it kind of makes sense. And you already lost your king on the playboard, so it seems like, shit, destroy all the oils. You're going to lose. It's a joint venture, and then you just pissed off the UAE and Kuwait, the Saudi Arabias, you just hit their land, and like I'm not following. Like, what's their battle strategy? I'm just trying to figure that out. What's their battle strategy in all this? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And a good battle strategy, like, well, if you're going to lose, or no, if we're going to lose, shit, let me wipe this whole shit out. No one gets oil. Then, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Wipe this whole bitch out of oil, because I know that's what you really want. Then the country don't get oil. I mean, that was a statement. if you think about it, that would really set a precedent. Whoever is in charge of Iran, I think what they're probably hoping for is one of the Iranian generals to crack and be like, okay, we surrender, type of thing. So, how long it's gonna last? Again, this could be a shit show. Shit show. But let's see. But yeah, if you know you're gonna lose, I mean, I don't want to repeat myself, but you gotta really think about that. Well then shit. If China or Russia, if none of y'all people or if 5 friends ain't helping me, then I ain't helping nobody. To destroy all the shit. Destroy the energy, destroy the power, right? Right? Destroy destroy the oil, destroy the power, destroy every fucking thing. And then you really leave the country in ruin. That would really stick it. Now then that would really stick it. I mean, that would probably be the smart move at this point. If you think about it, that would be the smart move. Just saying. Just saying. All right, Graham. All right, you're kind of cooking a little bit. You're kind of cooking with some grease. Okay,
What you could do about this personal.
let's go.
That was what. Although, before we go into that, I just have.
Hey. Oh, fuck your sponsors, okay? That's the only reason why you even make videos is like, oh, we got a sponsor, we got to plug them. Well, fuck your sponsors. No. They ain't paying me. They ain't paying me to react to that shit. All right.
I approach this from a neutral perspective. I'm not here to pick sides.
Bullshit.
Right or wrong. But it is important to understand the realistic implications this is about to have on pretty much everyone watching. So with that said, we have Path 1 indicating it. In this case, de-escalation happens in a few days to maybe a week. Even though we might see a little more retaliation, negotiations are in the works, and things begin to stabilize. If this were to happen, oil prices could rise only a few dollars a barrel. Gas prices would go up only slightly. Inflation would see a marginal uptick, but it's not going to be that bad. Markets would also recover fairly quickly. But if that doesn't happen, we also have Path 2 escalation. In this scenario, conflict will last weeks or even months. Peace talks fizzle out. Energy infrastructure and shipping routes are impacted, and insurance costs rise to a point where it was no longer economically feasible to move oil through the region, even without a full closure of Hormuz. In the event that takes place, oil prices could rise way higher than people expect. Inflation could return. GDP might decline. And the Fed then gets stuck in a trap because they can't lower interest rates if inflation persists. But if the economy declines, they'll need to lower interest rates to help them. So it's a classic case of stagflation. But then there is the one that everyone is terrified about, and that would be Path 3, a shutdown. If Iran is able to block shipping routes, we're talking 15 to 18 million barrels of oil a day at risk. The entire Middle East ships through there, and there are very little, if any, alternatives. At that point, anything could happen, because it's not just oil anymore. It's everything. I'm talking groceries, Amazon packages, building materials, foods, fertilizers, you name it. In this case, it's said that for every 5% increase in oil prices, you're looking at roughly 0.1 percentage points at average inflation. And most of that pass-through happens within about...
Their economy is about to get fucked. Their economy is about to get fucked. Damn. I mean, that's what the Iranian people are out there protesting for. I think that's a cover-up. I just think that's a fucking cover-up, man. I mean, that's what they voted for. So, I mean, shit. All right, let's go.
4 weeks, which is fast. On top of that, like I said earlier, Strait of Hormuz is also a pathway for fertilizers, which means food Dairy, bread, and so on gets more expensive. Like North America, food inflation is already projected to hit 4.3% in 2026. And for a household with 2 drivers, a $10 to $20 increase in oil prices could add $200 to $500 or more a year additional costs. So in terms of what's happening today, how this impacts you specifically, and what you could do about it right now, you gotta talk about first, the US dollar. Historically, believe it or not, the dollar actually tends to get a lot stronger during times of economic crisis because it's seen as the world's reserve currency.
That should be obvious.
Safety where a lot of people put their money, in addition to gold. However, tensions like this also create a lot of money printing, to the point where long-term, the dollar is expected to continue to weaken. Second, we also have mortgage rates. So here's where things get a bit counterintuitive. In the near term, a flight to safety of the dollar could actually push treasury yields down and actually reduce mortgage rates. Like we already saw rates dip below 6% in February for this exact reason. Well, like I said earlier, if this conflict leads to sustained inflation, the Federal Reserve is not able to cut rates. And once everything balances out, we could see higher interest rates for longer, leading to third, higher household budgets. The bottom line for the average American family is this. In these scenarios, financially, low and middle income households get hit the hardest because energy makes up a bigger percentage of their income. Like higher gas prices mean less money for everything else. And that creates a feedback loop where reduced consumer spending slows the economy, which leads to even more reduced consumer spending. Basically, all of this is a very fancy way of saying the people who could least afford this are usually the ones who pay the most for it. So at the end of the day, what could you actually do about it? Well, from the stock market perspective, Ryan Detrick pointed out that throughout history, during every major geopolitical event since World War II, believe it or not,
See what I mean? You see what I mean? He's doing it. All right, you see what I mean? If you look at history, let's just look. What he's about to do is like just keep investing, y'all. Just keep investing, or at least I'm gonna keep investing. Watch. I already know how much longer do you have. See, the video's almost done. I'll end it right here. Yep. So, buy oil. Mortgage rates. Things are about to go up. Dollar about to go up. Trump's plan in terms of his economic plan, it could definitely work. He's using force. He's using force to make it work. I'm not opposed to that. Sometimes you need force to make things happen. But that's his economic plan, and I promise you, it's about the oil. I promise you, it's about the oil. You ain't gonna be doing all this escalation and like no, we gotta get paid for this shit. We ain't gonna just kill American soldiers and not be compensated, right? We ain't gonna American soldiers ain't gonna die and not get compensated. That's just my thinking. That's my thinking. All right, let's move. We're going to move on. I'm looking kind of buffed. All right. Let's do this. All right, moving on. So we got Graham's take on it. He did make a pretty good points of the ships being blocked off and they're gonna have economic suffering, the Iranian people. But that's what you got protests for. You wanted to overthrow the government, and if you look back like a few months ago, they're out there protesting, yelling, So here we are. You got what you wanted. That's my thing about, like, they were out there protesting. They got what they wanted. And it's kind of like, well, be careful what you wish for. Right? Right? Be careful what you wish for. That's how I see it. I'm not sure if you guys heard, but did you not see they're like in Iran, they were like some guy changed the sign and said something Trump on it on the thing. Said something Trump, like Trump gonna help us or some shit like that. And then then the Iranian government cut off their internet, and then they were killing 30,000 people, and their economy was tanking and things like that. And then some guy wrote something on the wall. I gotta find it. I'm not editing this video, so you're just going to trust me on that. I'm not editing this video. Yeah, and so it's kind of like, all right, well, you got what you wanted. And the story, the cover-up story at least, is it's the people. So it's kind of like, but we're gonna do this, hey, we gotta be compensated. It's the oil. I guarantee you it's the oil. I guarantee you. All right, let's see what Valuetainment PBD. I really like his show. His show is very motivating. But getting kind of, how do you say, is predictable, I want to say. I don't want to repeat myself like what I do with Graham, but it's I watch the shorts. In terms of what I want to watch, I watch Valuetainment because they have some very business-minded likeness. I usually fast forward, depends who's speaking. And what they're going to be talking about today is the whole Netflix and Warner Brothers thing. I find that to be very, very interesting. And I like to hear his take because he's in business, he's a millionaire. So he's in business, right? So he has a very good, and he's a, conservative, so he lives right, which is okay. So obviously he's going for Paramount to get the deal. All right. He's basically wants Paramount to get the deal over Netflix, or maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he doesn't care. I don't know. I'm just assuming. I'm assuming. I don't really know. But we're gonna see, because this Paramount deal, this deal seems like a trap to me. I'm about to say something crazy. I don't pay for these streaming networks. I'm gonna say it right there. Why pay for something when you can get it for free? If you know, you know. Why pay for something if you can get it for free? All right. So that's all I'm gonna say. If you know how to get it for free, you get it for free. All right. Back in my day, man, I sound like an old man, but shit, we had WinMix. Who knows about that? We had sites to go to get it for free. So I don't pay for no. So this is I want to watch. If I want to watch Squid Games, I know where to watch it. And I don't have to get on Netflix to watch it. So yeah, let's get into this. All right. I don't know how the hell does Paramount has $100 billion to give to Warner Brothers? Let's find out. How the hell does let's do it.
Addendum to ditches the deal for Warner Brothers Discovery after Paramount offer is deemed superior. So Paramount comes up and they go to $31 per share, and then that causes Paramount agreeing to pay the $2.8 billion breakup fee that Warner Brothers would owe Netflix if the deal didn't go through. So what Paramount is saying is, don't worry about it. We'll pay that. It's like you have an apartment that you've been living in. If you want to cancel and leave to go to a different job, you have to pay for the 3 months, and the company says, we'll pay for the 3 months of rent for you to move over here sooner. That bring up that way to look at it, right?
Well, yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna explain this for those of you who don't know. Originally, Warner Brothers made a deal with Netflix first, right? And the deal was supposed to be finalized, or didn't get finalized, but they were initially going to go with Netflix. And the deal is, all right, they're going to secure it. We got to secure it. So, but if you switch, you got to pay, quote unquote, a breakup fee. Now, here's where it gets weird. Okay. So Paramount is going to, on this path forward, getting the cookie cutter version. Apparently, Paramount is going to pay for that breakup fee. Apparently, Paramount really wants Warner Brothers for some reason, right? I don't know why. They're in they're in debt. They're in like what, $70 billion in debt. So, but anyways, Paramount still has a shot to get it. And they said, well, we'll pay the breakup fee if you come to us, and we'll give you a better offer. But here's what I don't understand, because they been had the better offer. Paramount been had the better offer. You see what I'm saying? That's what makes it weird. It's got
Come in, and Paramount goes in. I keep in mind a couple things that happen, and Tom, I'm going to come to you first, Adam, to you afterwards, is while this is going on, Rob, you may have a video on this. I think you may have a video on this. There was a few events that took place. Ted Sarandos was supposed to be at the White House. I think he did go to the White House. I don't know if he met with the president. Rumors are saying he did not. He just met with a few staffers. And remember that Suzanne Rice made a couple comments. Then the president says, you got to fire her, Netflix, and they did it. So some are saying it's a political decision of what's going to be happening. The employees who are working at CNN right now are not frightened because they're thinking Larry Ellison and David Ellison are going to come in and like a Barry Weiss type of a thing, and there's going to be a lot of shakeup, and some of the employees are going to get fired. And they're saying we are apt. There's literally some emails and texts that are being shown that employees are saying you are apt at TNN. But I'll pause right there. Rob, play to put them power coming to you, mate. Go ahead.
Again, just as a couple of minutes, Netflix is declining to raise its offer to buy Brothers
Of course.
studio business.
Of course. Of course Netflix would decline that shit. Of course. Let me get my... I don't really know what Paramount... I can't really, again, I don't pay for streaming networks. Sorry. Again, why pay for something when you can get it for free? Now, if anything, if I were to pay for one of the streaming services, Amazon Prime gives a better... Well, YouTube, paying for YouTube and paying for Amazon Prime, they give you a whole lot more if you think about it. Now, if Paramount did something where with the streaming and then buy your tickets early right off the streaming platform or something like that first, that might be something. Am I wrong? Like, think about it. I'm sitting here at home. Paramount has a new movie coming out, and if you go on the app, you can buy tickets on their website first to go see the movie. Then I have more of an initiative. To go buy the streaming. If I could get like a discount, or maybe not even a discount, just an early access. And then Netflix, they just want to get into the movie, which is not bad. I really don't care who wins. I really don't care who wins. But Paramount is falling into a trap right now because they are overpaying. And Paramount's not even worth $100 billion. So what's going on here? Let's go.
Move effectively puts Paramount in a position to take over the storied Hollywood giant. Today, Warner Board announced that its on Paramount's offer is superior to the agreement it had previously struck with Netflix. Now, Netflix says the price that would be required to buy Warner makes the deal no longer financially attractive.
Yeah, of course, it's not financially attractive because what Warner Brothers is doing is raising. Their strategy is they're trying to raise the price up. As you look at their stock price, they're trying to raise their stock price is like, I don't know where it's at right now. Okay, I'm not gonna look, but they're basically buying it at 31 above the stock price. Okay, above it. It's not worth that much. It's not worth that much. You're not making a profit off that, right? What Warner Brothers trying to do is throw a piece of cheese at them. Hey, you still want it? You still want it? All right, well, our stock price is going up. So technically we're kind of worth this. Well, that's too fucking expensive, at least for Netflix. How are they gonna make a profit if you guys are in debt? That's what I'm saying. It's a trap. This is a trap. This is a fucking trap. This is a complete trap. Like this Ellison, the Ellisons is falling for it. And they just went behind Netflix's back with a breakup fee. And then Paramount's gonna pay for it. It's a trap. It's a trap all day. It's a trap all day. But Paramount really wants this. Paramount really wants this takeover. And their properties and stuff like that. In an ideal world, in an ideal world, it should be separate. You know, the entrepreneur in me would say, tough it out. You go have to make some cuts at Warner Brothers. Sell off some of your IPs, and you're going to make a massive cut to get that budget down, right? He wants to slow down the movie production, things like that, to really balance the books. To really balance the books and sell off some IPs. Or not sell, maybe lease it out. But the reason why I say sell, you're willing to sell off the entire company. Well, shit, you might really sell off some IPs. You think Disney would buy some DC IP? You think Disney would love to get their hands on some Superman and Batman. Would love it. They will buy it for billions. Billions. They will buy it for billions. And then balance things. You just gotta balance the budget. Mass layoffs, lease out some content, lease out some content, maybe lease out some content to fucking Apple with their Apple TV, Amazon Prime, lease it out. I don't know. I'm not in there. I'm not in these discussions, but let's go.
There you go, Tom. Thoughts?
So, hats off to. I've been critical of David Zaslav for the last year. I thought they started this the wrong way. He was going to the Allen and Company conference, and there were leaks that come out that supposedly he had whispered to people, do you want to take CNN? We're taking care of it. Remember all this, Pat? taking care of all the big salaries, and Caitlin is deal. So it's just, this is a different that then in. We're going to get the cost right. Come on. And he found no takers. No taker for
And those people on CNN, guess what they're going to do? They're going to start YouTube channels.
in the left that Ted Turner was disgusted at how it evolved. Then David gets this done. And so hats off to Zets. He gets 31 a share for the shareholders. Part of the rule, for being a great CEO is deliver value for the shareholders and lead the company with clarity and authenticity. And it was a bumpy ride, but he got it done. What's interesting to me about this, Pat, really interesting to me, is how the last hours unfolded. The Ellisons did come to 31 a share. And remember, the Ellisons are coming to buy the whole thing. They want the cable nets and they want the library. Whereas Netflix only wanted the library. And there were people in Hollywood, producers, big time movie creators, that really were favoring the Ellisons a little bit. Why? Because the Ellisons are favoring theatrical releases and bigger budgets. That's what people in Hollywood want, because those bigger budgets give them their jobs. Whereas Netflix, they said, oh, they're just going to stream this to death. They're going to carve it up. They're going to go with AI. And so there was a lot behind the scenes. But in the last hours, Ted Sarandos, you're correct, Pat. Well, your summary, I've read in multiple locations this morning. He was going to go meet with Pam Bondi and Susie Wiles. And Susie Wiles was going to be the gatekeeper, and Pam Bondi was going to be the gatekeeper for the Federal Trade Commission. And he wanted to go up there and talk to them about what he would face at the Federal Trade Commission. And obviously, he didn't want Trump whispering. But Susan Rice, who was in the Obama administration, had shot her mouth off. Rob, if you can find that, her exact quote was, "People need to be careful because revenge is best served cold." Right. So you have got this threat that she puts out there, and she's on the board of Netflix. So do you not think Reed Hastings or Ted Sarandos would have picked up the phone and called her? I know you would have, Pat.
Is he still on the board?
Didn't you have your old job? You have your own identity, but you can't speak like that when we're in the middle of something. What the hell are you doing? And that Trump comes out and says, you should fire that lady. That lady talked
What did she say here? Is this her?
yes.
But let me say this. Somebody who I won't name, but a very prominent public figure who has served at nearly the very highest levels, once told me the following. They said, revenge is best served cold. And
Yep. It is true. I mean, shit. Trump definitely got his revenge coming back to the White House. Am I wrong? I ain't wrong about that. But that's what this is. Vengeance. In the night. I'm vicious. And Batman. But that's what this is. That's what this is. And Warner Brothers is gonna trap. They're trapping the Ellisons with this deal. I mean, granted, Elon paid overpriced with his Twitter/X acquisition, and nothing really happened. And the board got filthy rich. Filthy. What was it? 60 bill? Filthy. And no one's talking about that. Shit. But you know something? I bet who Elon sold Twitter to, or X to, or whatever. And they're filthy rich. I bet they're not in California. I bet you your ass that they are not in California. They are not in California at all. With California wolf tax, hell no. They got the hell up out of there. They trying to save their money. What's that Dave Chappelle skit? You fucked this up for me. I'm just saying. All right, let's get back to it. Vengeance in the night.
Yeah. the more I see the wisdom of that. You don't roll over. You don't allow yourself to be bullied or manipulated. Sometimes, you have to meet hardball with hardball. Sometimes there are more subtle ways to accomplish the same. But it's important.
Yep, that's true too. That's what the elk. Yep, that's what's happening to the elves. They're gonna handle it the subtle way, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see because this is a trap. This is a trap all day. This is a trap all day. You know, but they really wanted this. I'm just trying to figure out why though. It's a trap, but what kind of trap? Let's go.
And if need be, to make them pay a price for trying to bully you or smear you or whatever.
Pause it right there. So, by the way, so here's two things you got to be thinking about. One, when did she get the board seats? When did she get the board seat? Board seats, Netflix. When did she get the board seat? There's two problems here. Just ask ChatGPT. When did let's see if it answers it here. If not, go to ChatGPT. Yeah. So she got the board 7 years ago. Okay, so check this out. That's under Trump. That's under Trump. But that's first term Trump. Then you got second term, which is Biden. Okay, and Trump called it the other day on State of the Union, my second term. Everybody laughed. But then you got second term. And then she served on the board until 2020, when she left to join Biden administration and was reappointed to Netflix September 8, 2023. So
Where's she going with this?
probably did that. Tom, do you think Netflix did that thinking Kamala was going to win? When did Biden step down? We were in Hamptons, July.
Yeah, so the handwritten note from the White House.
Where's he going? It's either a move of there is no way in the world Trump's going to win, so let's bring and put her on the board. Or, listen, business as usual. I mean, if we put her on in 2018, we're going to do it again. Or number two, the problem is, what the hell are you doing making comments like that while you're sitting on a board of a $500 billion company that's about to get a big deal that is good assets? I mean, there's a lot of things to it. I saw one expert also say, which I really like this thing, know his name. I've never heard him before, but he was on, I want to give this guy credit because it was so great what he said. You know what he was asked, and he said, what do you think about the whole thing? Do you think it's because of, and he was talking to the guy that wrote the 1929 bill. What is his name, Tom? You know his name.
And you're Sorkin.
Yes, it is. He's speaking to him, Rob, and he says, do you think this is because of Suzanne Rice? And he says, no, I don't think. He says, really, you don't think? No, he says, I don't think. He says, so what do you think this is? He says, honestly, here's what I think it is. He says, I think it's about Netflix has always built their business. They're builders. They don't acquire companies. They're builders. So you know what the mentality is? Look, we'd like to buy you. We have some money. But whether we do or not, we're builders anyways. We're going to keep building. So the mindset of a builder sometimes is different than those that are aggregators. Aggregators want to buy EBITDA. They want to buy catalog. And you kind of like are trying to get all that stuff in. So listen, that also goes credit to the Netflix folks. If it's just a business decision and it has nothing to do with politics, which I do think 20-30% of this was politics. But if it's just a business decision, go ahead. FYI, I prefer Paramount picking up WBD than it going to Netflix. I personally prefer that.
That's what I said. That's cut, or is that what I said? I knew it was going to say Paramount and then Netflix pick it up, and that's probably who knows? That's probably the plan. They're gonna and then they're gonna get then Netflix going to get it at bottom of the price, but I don't think Ellison will sell it to them out of pride and ego, but because that could be the plan. Like, all right. sorry, Netflix, we're going to go with Paramount's deal for $100 billion. And Warner Brothers takes that money, and then the CEOs and the board members, they go off to the sunset. Now Paramount takes on all that debt and all that money, realizing they can't maintain it, so that they may go back. Well, hey, Netflix, you still want Warner Brothers, and then they get it from bottoms of the dollar, possibly. They're like, oh, well, we were gonna pay this, but now we're gonna pay this because you don't got any buyers. Because is that not a plan? Is that not a plan? Because that's vengeance right there in the night. That's vengeance. That's vengeance right there. There's your vengeance. Huh. Let's go, PPD.
You want to know why? Because it intensifies competition between 3 heavyweights now, or 4 heavyweights.
Right.
You got the Paramount, CBS, Warner Brothers team, the Ellison, those guys. You got the Disney folks that got to get their act together, but never, by the way, never count the Disney out. Disney is 3 good moves away from being a $1 trillion company. Literally, they're not far out.
Facts.
And then you have Netflix. This is good competition. You got some outsider. You got YouTube. YouTube may come and spank all of them.
Yeah. I think I might have to disagree with it. I consider YouTube a whole different platform. I see where he's going with it. But YouTube really takes on. They're not a streaming like movies. You get what I'm saying? They're not Netflix, HBO Max, Amazon Prime, or Apple TV or nothing like that. Anyone can get on YouTube. I think their services is completely different. However, Google could do a competitive, but would they want to get into the movie business? That's the thing. Would they want to get into that whole streaming movies? I mean, you can watch movies on YouTube for sure, without a doubt. I think I might have to disagree with him on that. I think I might have to. What do you guys think? I consider YouTube a different, because YouTube, you gotta have a personality and all that. But we'll see. All right, this is gonna be the last video, you guys. I am Spank. I think we pretty much covered everything. Pretty much covered everything, and I hit the 2-hour mark. So, yeah. So good so far.
What's going to be happening, but I kind of like that this ended up being there. Adam, your thoughts?
Well, to me, get ready to be more controlled, because it seems like you're going to have more options now. All these companies, but they're all being
No.
happens when it's all.
No, disagree. You had less options, and I'm speaking in terms of the theaters. Movies going up to the theaters, because compare how many movies is Fox quote unquote before Disney bought them. You have heavyweights. You have Fox before the merger or the acquisition between Disney and Fox, right? You have Fox. You have Paramount. You have Warner Brothers, and you had, who am I missing? Oh, Disney, right? But all 4 of those companies, they are competing in the movie theaters. I completely disagree with Adam over here. And plus, I don't really like his takes sometimes. But so think about that. Okay, so what he just said doesn't really make sense. If we go in the past, you had those 4 heavyweights making movies, right? All competing in spaces. Now, in the streaming wars, you have more competitors, which means more content. More competitive content out there. So now you have Amazon Prime, which Amazon Prime got a hold of MGM, got a hold of MGM, right? Got a hold of them so they can get into the movie business. And we're still waiting for the Bond movie. Who knows when that's coming out? So yeah, so that's another thing. But Amazon really hasn't been pushing the markets in terms of their theater release or movie heads and movies. But if you think about it, again, Disney scooped up Fox, which limited the releases in terms of yearly releases in terms of their catalog a year, right? Because you don't have Fox. Fox don't need. Like, why would you compete with yourself in terms of seats or movie slots? Doesn't make any sense. Now with this, Paramount absorbing Warner Brothers, okay, now you got two competing in the movie slots, right? How many movies you think you could push out, especially with Warner Brothers debt, within a year, yearly, competing with Disney over here? And Paramount Skydance, how many movies can you really push out inside the theaters? So what he just said, what Adam just said was completely false. Completely false. You're gonna have less movies in the theater now. Less. You would have more. Think about it. You would have more if the Big Four was still independent. Okay? Disney, Fox, Warner Brothers, Paramount. And where's Universal? Is Universal still in play? Who owns Universal? I gotta look into that. Maybe if Universal's not owned by anyone, then I would put them in the box. I will put them in the category. I don't want to look it up right now. But I don't know if Universal is in play or not, or if their stock market or they're anywhere, if they're anywhere. But if Netflix try to get into the movie game, they could. If Universal's in play, they could snatch up Universal if they're in play, if they're independent, or publicly traded or whatever. They're not owned by anybody. Yeah, maybe I should look it up. Let me look it up. Let me look this up real quick. Is Universal owned by anybody? Give me a second. No, that's gone now. Oh shit! Give me a second, you guys. Okay, so they're owned by Comcast. Yeah, they're in the Comcast division, independent movie pictures. Okay, so they are kind of independent. Division parent. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, they're not owned by any other than, quote unquote Comcast. Okay, so they're not owned by the Big Four. Is what I'm trying to get at. That's what I'm trying to get at. So you still have companies or movie pictures still out there making movies, competing for those slots. Okay, so they add Universal into that. So you still gonna get a lot of movies as long as they stay independent, right? As long no one comes up and try to buy Paramount, and then it gets absorbed by another movie company. I think Paramount might end up going bankrupt. But again, I don't know where they're getting this money from. If you even look on their stock, their valuation is not that much. You get what I'm saying? Their valuation is not that much. So I gotta look. I'm gonna look into Polymarket, see if play some bets. But yeah. All right. How's my mic? I'll fix my mic a little bit. I want to make sure. Pick me up. All right, Adam. I hope you have some better takes. But let's
Watching, and in turn, they're going to control what you think. So all these things you just said, there's going to be
control what I watch. Control what I watch. I watch it for free.
3 or 4 major companies that are controlling everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of reminiscent of what happened with Amazon and Walmart. I mean, all the little mom and pop shops are gone. I mean, if you're going to go shopping, where are you going? You're going to Amazon, you're going to Walmart, maybe Target, if they chill out on the LGBT trans stuff. So it might be more convenient. Everyone has, I have all these apps on my phone. I've subscribed to all these things. Now you're going to subscribe to 3 different things. So there's fewer apps, but when there's fewer choices, you know what's going to cost more? What you have to pay every single month. So you might, instead of paying $9.99, $99, $14.99, $99, you might end up paying $29.99, $30, $50.99, but only 3 times. So you brought up the other point, YouTube.
The only thing I pay for,
The biggest benefit.
one thing I will say that I do pay for when it comes to streaming, Crunchyroll. Okay, $9. Well, $9.99. Okay, we'll make it 10. Let's round out. Make it $10 a month. That's fair to me. All that anime, and they absorb Funimation, and just supported the anime industry because I want more anime and I want them to keep producing and support them. Hell yes. Hell yes. Hell yes. I'll support some Crunchyroll. Fuck yes. Yes. Even though I could watch it for free. But I don't because I support the anime industry. Okay? I love anime. Love it. And we're going to talk about some anime too. Not today. Huh? I'm running on fumes. All right? But we're going to talk about it. Some animes. I need to set up my queue for that. But yeah, I do pay for Crunchyroll, and I get all the animes. I catch up on a lot of shit on my free time.
Factor of all this is going to be guys like us. You're going to be guys like the Daily App. It's going to be
What? What the fuck are you talking about? Daily Wire streaming network, please. That's I ain't gonna say that. He's tripping. So,
guys like independent media. It's going to be like Turning Point. It's going to be even things on the left because it's
what's Turning Point producing? They're a YouTube channel, aren't they? Aren't they a fucking YouTube channel? Is it Turning Point a fucking YouTube channel? What streaming networks are they producing? Streaming networks, like movies or like Angel Studios. I can see. Who knows about Angel Studios? They got animation. They produce movies all by donations, and they did that one silent. What's that Predator? Not that. When this guy had to go undercover to catch all these sex offenders and stuff. It's silent something. The guy who played Jesus in Passion of the Christ. That guy. His company, his studios. That's something. If you look at their catalog, okay. I can see that. But you're gonna talk about if they've been around for a while, but you're gonna talk about Daily Wire and just like real generic. They don't have any IP, like real IP. Their big hit was What Is a Woman? And that's the only thing that they had so far. Which is pretty good. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty good. It's definitely good, but Man, he be tripping, man. I'll be tripping on some of his takes. He just be talking like, come on. All right. Come on, sell it to me. Sell it to me.
Big tech oligarchies or monopolies, or do you want to trust independent voices out there? Because what this basically means is this: all the news, the media, the sports, the comedy, the entertainment, the cartoons, they're all going to be owned by 3 different companies. And what happens is I think innovation is going to basically be cut down. More sequels. Okay, we're going to see.
Don't take my Crunchyroll. Okay, stay away from Crunchyroll, please. Please stay away from Crunchyroll. I think Crunchyroll got something good going. But if there's anime on Netflix, then I probably can't watch it. You know where I'm gonna go to watch it. You know where I'm gonna go to watch it. That's how I was able to watch Bleach. Bleach wasn't on Crunchyroll. Bleach was not on Crunchyroll, which sucked. But I still watch it. Same thing with Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man Doe was not on Crunchyroll. Damn. Chainsaw Man was so fire. On Crunchyroll, right? On Hulu. On that Disney shit. I'm not watching that. I'm not getting on there. I'm not paying Disney and their stuff and their woke stuff. Like nothing against the LGBT stuff, LGBT, but they're taking it way too far. When you put in media, have you guys seen Star Trek shit? Oh my God. Like if it wasn't if it just they really pushing that shit on to man, whatever. What the fuck ever, man. Man. And you expect me to pay $15.99 to support that shit. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Transformers 94 or Avengers 417, because there's going to, in my opinion, lose a little creativity the bigger you get. You know what this is also reminiscent of? If the insurance industry, where we come from. When I entered the insurance industry almost 20 years ago, oh my God, I'm dating myself. There were so many independent IMOs, BGAs, I couldn't keep track. How many major IMO BJs are there now? 3, 4? So that's good for the customer. Essentially, there's less competition, but at the end of the day,
Yesterday
the
I
price is
found out
going to
that
go up.
AmeriLife bought Crump. I had no idea AmeriLife bought.
That's huge.
Yeah, AmeriLife bought Crump. You remember when was it BB&T or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, what dealership?
Yeah, that but AmeriLife bought Crump. How massive was distribution this space? Even yesterday while we were having dinner with future
he knew too much of Russia operations. He had to die, and now you die too.
That's crazy, right?
What was the last movie these two guys were in? I remember they were like a vampire movie in the 90s.
Oh, that was a
Interview
with a vampire. Vampire, yeah.
Yeah, he really dated himself. I haven't heard that shit. He really dated himself. How old is he? He's in his 40s or 50s or something? Damn. I didn't even know Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise were even in the movie together. When that shit happened? Now I gotta watch it. Like, they were actually in a movie? But yeah, that goes back to what I said at the beginning, this whole entire stream. That's what I said in this whole entire stream, that AI is coming. AI is coming, and how are you using it? Are you going to just allow it? Are you going to allow it to take your job? Or are you going to use it to keep your job? That's the question. All right? That's the question. And I'm going to use it to keep what I'm doing. That's what makes sense to me. I'm going to use AI to keep what I'm doing. Then you have to use me. Oh, you need help doing this. You need to tweak this, tweak that. It just cuts the time. It cuts time. Okay, same thing with editing, AI editing. Yeah, this is going to take me hours. Do this. With the AI agents, as included with the shorts. Imagine the shorts creators making shorts for content. That would take him like knowing how YouTube is, it just need. It's like you need to feed the beast. You need to feed this machine with content, more and more and more and more. I need more. Like I can't produce more. I'm burnt out. Like oh well, fuck you. Let's go. Let me go over here and get some content. And then with the use of AI, it's just gonna, phew, like do it for me. What I really like, is the AI agents. Those are game changers to me. This whole movie making, that's great and all. It will help the movie industry for sure, depending on how better it gets. Depending on how better it gets. But you still need the movie industry. You get what I'm saying? It's not fully perfect. It's gonna fix because you can't make a complete full AI movie in a whole hour and tell the story. It's good for content, but I hate AI. It all depends on how you use it. It all depends on how you use it. Okay, I hate watching AI slop on YouTube. I hate it. I hate seeing. I like when I click on the video, I see that. I was like, oh no, no, no. All right, this guy just fucking did some AI voice, AI pictures, and called it a day. Like, nah, nah. I hate AI's the AI automation stuff. I hate that. So when it comes to AI in the movie industry, we're gonna see. And again, I'm not doubting that it's gonna take away jobs. It's definitely 100% gonna take away some jobs. Making sure no one's at the door, at my door, over there. It's definitely 100% gonna take away some jobs. 100%. But how are you gonna use AI to keep your job? How are you gonna become skilled? Buy my course. No, I'm joking. All right, we're in this. All right, I think they're about to wrap it up. Let's see.
But so the concern is you buy it, now you control it, now you have AI, now you can pump out movies, use AI at 1/10 of a pace. So if it takes you years to make a movie, now we can take 3 months to make a movie. And
Yeah, and that's good, right? That's a good thing. To me, that's a good thing. Shit, 1 year to make a movie? Hell, I'm still waiting for that Into the Spider-Verse movie. I'm still waiting for that shit. Shit, use AI to get here a lot quicker. Shit, cut some artists. Save some money. Like, I don't hate corporations. You need corporations to even, to pump out some product. Okay? There's two kinds of people. There's people that pump out products and create, and there's people that works. I don't know. Okay, they go to their 9 to 5. Nothing against that. They go to their 9 to 5 and they go to work and call it a day. Good for those people. But if you're that type of person, yeah, you're gonna lose your job. Sorry. Sorry. If you're that type of person and you're not resilient and trying to find a better job, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, AI is here. AI is coming. AI is getting better and better and better. What are you doing? And depending on how old you are, if you're an old shit, if you're 80 years old or something, you don't care about this shit. You're 70, 80 years old, you don't care about this shit. For sure. But we'll see. AI is here. Deal with it. You better adapt quickly. Adapt quickly. All right. That's what I'm doing with my music. Okay. I'm adapting. It's not the solution. Okay. I'm not out here making AI music and selling it to y'all. Like, come on. I'm not that stupid. I'm not that stupid. And I would not want to. It would diminish human quality. My shit's fire.
we can do multiple, Harry Potter movies coming out. We can make multiple. And by the way, pull up the catalog of what things Paramount will own if they have this, Rob. That one picture that the great Humberto set up. This is crazy. This is crazy. Steve, watch this. Zoom in a little bit, Rob. Guidance.
Where's my glasses?
Spandango, Rotten Tomatoes, Oracle, HBO, CNN, Showtime, TBS, Comedy Central, TNT, Paramount, TLC, HTTV, Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Man, they got Animal Planet, CBS Sports, Adult Swim.
TikTok US. That's gonna be a big one. So all you liberals out there, y'all gonna be tripping like, they own everything. Now I gotta get on Blue Sky. And let's see, they got TikTok. They always had Skydance, but CNN, damn, CNN right here. Where's my little mouse? You can't see my mouse? Give me a second. Can't see my mouse? I don't know. Let's do this. All right. Well, I don't know. TLC, CNN, that's gonna get axed real fast. Oh yeah, this is a video. The Matrix, those are IP. That's a franchise. Adult Swim, whoo, baby. Watch. And what's gonna happen? Watch. The people that work for those type of stuff, the people that work, like for example, like South Park, is it South Park should be on there? South Park should be on there, right?
Adult
Cartoons.
Oh,
Cartoon Network.
HBO Max. I was about to say Adult Swim.
DVD.
Cinemax.
Forget
Cooking.
about BET.
BET is in the same BET. Used to be VH1, MTV is the lost. We lost. And then some other major franchises they picked up: Harry Potter, Mad Max, Conjuring, Matrix, IT, Lord of the Rings, Remnant.
Jackass, damn.
And their Mission Impossible, Night at Wild of Thrones, True Detective, Soprano, Wire, Mortal Kombat, Transformers, Justice League, Shazam, Harley Quinn, Joker, Superman, Batman.
What a catalog right there. What a catalog for your ass right there. But just wait. But look, once you get those financial reports, all that's gonna be on Paramount then. All that's gonna be on Paramount.
Who's the other one? Is that the woman? Wonder Woman. What's the one on the left? Is that Daredevil or the right about Batman? Who is that about the Batman? I don't know who that is. Dexter. Flash. Yellowstone.
You can tell people they're not into comics. Hey, you can tell he don't watch comics. He ain't into comic books. You can tell.
It's your age. So Garfield, Avatar.
Okay, we get it. All this shit, all this, but let's do this. All right, Paramount, you got what you want. So let's see what you're gonna do with this. Well, my prediction, just to sum all this up, is you're gonna see a lot of people quit the same way how people on Twitter quit. You're going to see a lot of key players. I'm kind of curious what James Gunn is going to do after all this. What's the sign? Because, he's not a Trump supporter. And the Ellises are, so I'm kind of curious. What does that mean for the DC franchise? I'm sure they want to keep him, but that doesn't mean that he's going to stay. But after that, Hollywood is gonna be. I would not want to be an actor. Only because actors are kind of like independent, right? Actors are independent, so they gotta look for work. They gotta find work. They gotta have an agent to get them work, right? I'm pretty sure that's common knowledge. Everyone should know that. And if you're one of these You know, and Hollywood is more so on the left. So if you're more so on, okay, I don't want to work for Paramount or Warner Brothers because of political beliefs, well, then you're kind of limiting yourself with Disney and all these other projects. Or, you know, you pretty much got what, Disney and Universal and Netflix, but Netflix are not in the movie industry. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see. Man, my throat's getting hoarse. But yeah. All right, then I'm gonna cut this. I'm just about at the 3-hour mark. Damn. I should have finished Star Trek. Please take over Star Trek. Please. Please take over Star Trek. Oh my goodness. Oh, but what has happened? What has happened? Ooh, they get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I hope they remake that. I hope Paramount knows what they're doing when it comes to these properties. You know, realistically, I'll probably a lot of this needs a revamp anyways. If we look at these selection, all this shit needs a revamp. Shit, Mortal Kombat is trash. The trailer is all right. Trailer's all right, but it's gonna be trash. The story, fucking trash. Mortal Kombat is gonna be trash. It was really good. If I was, man, and I will merge all the the animation stuff. What just happened? I would have merged all the animation stuff into one department. Keep DC where it's at, is in its own department, and have a movie department and a streaming service department. And then wait it out to see who's gonna quit, because they're gonna like, oh, I don't want to work for these people. Just wait, because that will save you money. You know, that will save you a lot of money if they just quit and not. You have to fire them, because otherwise, anyone who owns a business, you have to. Who knows? Depending on how it's set up, you gotta pay. Why Jackass? I thought those people quit. Steve-O, are they making another Jackass? Is Steve-O making another Jackass? Who knows? I know Johnny Knoxville's quit, so why are they trying to make another Jackass? What are you going to do with that property? Probably should just ask that property. What the hell? Hey, you could ask MTV. What's MTV producing anymore? Like, that's a dead company. A lot of these companies could be asked. MTV could be asked. Hold on, give me a second. Let me do this so you guys can see what I see. Like, let's go back.
Wonder Woman. What's the one on the left? Is that Daredevil or right above Batman? Who is that above Batman? Watch this. Watch this. Zoom in. Tomatoes. Or
See, I would keep. Yeah, Jeffrey gonna keep Skydance, TikTok. See, that's gonna be a big one, because the Ellisons, his dad owns Larry Ellison, just bought TikTok. So I don't know what plans they have for that. But yeah, TBS could be Axe, Fandango, Rotten Tomatoes. That could be merged. Fandango, that could be merged into one, and then Axe the people. Chop. Also, you gotta keep DC. Definitely gotta keep the DC. Oracle. Interesting. I didn't know Oracle was bought by Paramount. That's interesting. Didn't Larry Ellison own Oracle, or did he develop? They probably want that back. Well, but if his son already owns it, then interesting. But wait, but why does WB have? Well, oh, that must be a Paramount company. Oh, interesting. CNN, say goodbye. Your salary is about to get cut in half. CBS is, I don't even know why people even watch CBS. I gotta check. You gotta check the numbers. But CBS could be axed. That's gone. TBS gone. Showtime, you keep that. Comedy Central keep. TNT gone. This is just what I would do. This is what I would do. If I was CEO, this is what I would do. Ask TNT, cut that. Keep TLC. The TV shows all part merge this into a separate department. Put this in a separate department. VR never heard of that. Put all the animations, make it into one department, and that's separate. Not separate out. Therefore, like for example, like if SpongeBob and I would put like Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, you don't need two separate like brands, right? You don't need. I'll just put it all at one and then ask the people, cut. Okay, that's you gotta be realistic here. Yeah, a lot of TV shows could be gone. A lot of that shit. If you're gonna try to save the budget. But that's all I have for you. I think that's it. I mean, let's get back to this. Ooh, man, oh man, oh man. I need to come up with some kind of intro or outro with this. I need to come up with some kind of intro. I don't want to be too far away from my mic. But I'm gonna call that a day. That is 3 hours. I made it. I made it to 3 hours. This is gonna be long, but worth it. But I wanted to thank whoever's watching this. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I keep saying it. I have an album coming out, so make sure you subscribe and follow the channel or follow my pages. I'm just trying to build this up, and create a fan base to see where this goes. So we're gonna see where this goes. And the album's fire. It's almost done. It's so almost done. I'm shooting for May 1st, and if I get a lot of followers on the Facebook page when this is done, if I get a lot of followers, then I'll do hopefully a 24 hours, and maybe let's make it 10 hours. Let's make it 10 hours. I'll do a complete 10 hours and create a song from start to finish. How about that? Okay, I'll create a song from start to finish. Singing it, showing you how you can use AI properly, not the answer. Okay, properly, and use it as a tool, not the solution. Use it as a tool, not the solution. I have to show you how I do that, and then do it from start to finish. A lot of similar to how T-Pain. If you ever watch the T-Pain stream, go check that out. More similar to what he does. But I gotta get to my Facebook. Gotta get to a certain point. My Rumble gotta get to a certain point before I even decide to do something like that. Because I know sitting in this chair streaming. Oh man, how do some people do it? But I'm glad that song came into the stream. That really brightened up my day. Someone came to my stream, and 2 people actually came to my stream. I don't know who they were, but yeah. Yeah, that's chill. I am out. I am gone. I am tired. Until tomorrow. I am out of here. God bless. God bless our troops. God bless everyone out there in the world. Be safe out there. And because there's a lot of crimes and craziness being committed out there. So be safe. I love y'all. I'm out. I'm done. I am done. I'm out of here. Get some sleep, baby. Get some sleep.